Today we're on Langton Street visiting my friend, the decorative artist Eliza Downes, to find out a bit more about her latest collaboration with Kelling Design. We're stood by Eliza's weaved mirror from her collaboration with Kelling. Can you tell us a bit more behind this particular design?
So this piece is inspired by a probably 10-metre gate that I saw in Jaipur. Saw it a fence, and it was made out of brown and white weaved plastic in this pattern, but it was more textured because it literally had been knitted, basically.
Do you get inspired a lot by travel?
Yes, lots of inspiration from travel, definitely. I'm obsessed with gates and grates at the moment, and like doorways and windows, and every country apart from England has very cool like gates and grates. Like Portugal has amazing ones. In Italy, like all the doorways and things like that I find very, very cool.
And do you think colour's really important when it comes to decorative art?
Essential.
Do you play around a lot with sort of combinations? And
I think colour is really important. I want to always go for bright colours because that's what I love, but in a home I think you always just want to tone it down. Even like you can tone it down even more than you think. So like if you, I would think tone it down once, then you have to tone it down again, and it's just about working because they all need to fit together. It needs to be like calming and yeah.
Well, it's beautiful.
Thank you very much.
So we're stood by another beautiful piece from Eliza's collaboration with Kelling. Each one has a completely unique pattern and design, but I can see quite a few of them have similar colour combinations. How important was it for you to have variety?
I wanted it to be uniform, the collection, but all of my work usually is on commission, so I'm doing what like other people ask for, want, what fits in with their homes. So this was quite an exciting opportunity for me to actually do my own work, and I've got a huge bank of designs that I've like made over the years that have never been used. So I've really tried here to like use some of my favourites, although they are basically all inspired by the same thing. They look like they don't really correlate, but they definitely do. But this in particular, it's much more simple than the other ones, but I think it works really well. It's kind of an adaptation from this chest of drawers.
The scale,
and I just think it's cool. I think it's smart.
Yeah, that is the name.
I mean,
the smart mirror.
Everything else is quite decorative and like maybe girly, but this is quite like you could put it in any room really.
So Eliza, tell us about this piece.
This piece is probably one of the main ones that I've just been wanting to use this pattern for ages. But I had to tone it down with the colour, so it's a very like sandy colour underneath and then this nice red colour on top. I think it looks like the eyes from the snake in the Jungle Book.
That's a good design reference. Do you like the Jungle Book?
Love the Jungle Book.
Love the Jungle Book.
But I've called it the Cheshire Cat one because it also immediately reminded me of that too. I mean, as a mirror, it's quite a bold pattern to be constantly looking into, but I think it's really cool.
So we're here by the Dotty chest, and I think something I actually found out the other day when I stopped by was that each object in this collection, this collaboration, is upcycled. How important was it for you to upcycle objects as opposed to, buy new, or, how passionate are you about giving things a new lease of life?
It's never really crossed my mind not to upcycle. There's so much furniture in charity shops and vintage shops that people would not buy, and it's been left there. And so I always use like secondhand furniture. It's quite time consuming, quite difficult to do. Like you have to sometimes strip off the oils and sand it down and fill everything in, make sure everything like works completely. But when like this, you would think that it was literally brand new now.
This is one of my favourite objects in the collection. Would you use spots again?
I have researched, like tried to find spotty things, and it's actually no one ever uses them in interiors at all. People have maybe tiny wallpaper with spots, but I'm trying to bring it back.
You should bring it back.
Like they're purposely not round, they're like in quite straight lines, which I liked, and it was all intentional. Like my dream would be to do an entire room and the floor and the ceiling in the spots, but that would be more like an art installation, I suppose.
Yeah.
But like this is definitely my favourite piece in the collection.